Members of the Randburg Ward in Johannesburg, South Africa welcome the Honourable Minister Lindiwe Zulu to their Sunday worship service on Sunday the 25th of April. South Africa's Minister of Social Development was joined by several senior members of the department, as well as leaders from the Provincial Department of Social Development. After enjoying sacrament meeting at the chapel, the group travelled to the Africa South Area Office of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Parktown, Johannesburg. There, they met with Elder S. Mark Palmer, the Africa South Area President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, his wife Jacqueline, and local church leaders including Area 70 Elder Glenn Holmes and Area Organizational Advisor Sister Tsidi Chokwe.
We look forward to a discussion about gender-based violence. We look forward to a discussion with you about how we might join with you. There's two ways to address this. One is, this is an old cliche, you know it, the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. The other is the fence at the top of the cliff. Well, obviously as a church, we try to work really hard on the fence at the top of the cliff by teaching principles of honoring and respecting women, honoring and respecting marriage, honoring and respecting families, and teaching our young people these things. You'll notice you have in your materials a little booklet called For the Strength of Youth. We try to teach our young people about respect and so they don't get into the sort of trouble. But we're also realistic. A church and a community is a place where we have people in all sorts of difficulty, and so we also feel a solemn obligation to help for those who get in trouble within our community and outside. Within the church, we have a way of taking care of our members, those who are poor, and we have many who are impoverished, obviously, and many who have lost jobs. All across the world, on the first Sunday of the month, members go without food for 2 meals, and they donate at a minimum what they would have spent on those meals. In 1984, with the drought up in Ethiopia, they called a worldwide fast. The church raised $6 million that they donated, and that was the very beginnings of what we know as Latter-day Saint Charities, which is our humanitarian outreach and has literally given billions of dollars. We don't seek recognition on it. We do it quietly. We typically do it through partner organizations such as the Islamic Relief Fund, Red Cross, International Red Cross. We work with many, many other churches. And we don't do it because of receiving recognition. We do it simply because we believe as followers of Jesus Christ, there's 2 great commandments. The first is to love the Lord, and the second is to love your neighbor. And how can you love your neighbor if you're not willing to help them?
Having seen what I've seen today and having listened to the presentations that have been made both in this hall and the rooms where we went, it changes entirely my very own outlook towards what possibly we can be able to do together. So firstly, I really would like to thank you for such an institution that really looks a strong institution that has been there many, many years. And it's quite exciting for me. It was really exciting for me to see the programs that the church has in empowering people. And the last we went to, where you see the self-reliance, and the Department of Social Development is about that. It's about creating a conducive environment for people to be able to take care of themselves. But to the youth of today, we are saying to them that self-reliance, the room that we went to for self-reliance, for me, is at the center of our work as a Department of Social Development. I was told also it's not just about the church members. It is other people who are not necessarily church members, because the church is committed to empowering people. What the church does is what we believe in, and what we do is what the church believes in. And if there's contradictions in between, people can only come together and say, here's a contradiction, let us deal with it. But when all is said and done, we are the privileged lot that have to then look after those who are underprivileged, look after those who are hungry for information, hungry for opportunities, but hungry even for food.
The purpose of the visit was for the government officials to learn more about the programs of the church as they toured the area office, and to further foster the partnership between the church and the Department of Social Development. This partnership is seen as a vehicle to alleviate the suffering and to better the lives and communities of the people of South Africa. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is committed in loving, serving, and ministering to one another as exemplified by our Savior Jesus Christ.